Hello, everyone, as we continue to honor the life and the legacy of the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This year's theme for 2023 is Together We Can Be the Dream. Dr. King once said to do right because it's right to do right. Dr. King once said to love because it is lovely to love. Dr. King once said to be just because it is right to be just. Dr. King once said to be honest because it is right to be honest. If we could do those four things, surely together we can be the dream. Now you will hear from citizens of the community share with you their thoughts on this year's theme of Together We Can Be the Dream.
I'm Jared McIver. I'm the police chief in Minden. I was asked to speak about an upcoming holiday we have, Martin Luther King Day. The theme for that is Together We Can Dream. And I was asked to just speak very briefly on what that means to me. Well, the two words that stuck out to me was together and dream. And so I looked up the definition of each. I mean, generally knowing what it means, but I wanted to see what all words were mentioned that described it. And when I looked up together, I saw the word relationship and I saw the word unity. And then I went to dream and I saw the word vision, aspiration, goals. And when you combine those powerful words of having goals and aspirations and visions of things that we would like to have or things we would like to accomplish in this life, so many times it takes just more than one person. It takes togetherness, unity, more than one, togetherness, which is two or more people. And so I would challenge you today, in each and every day, that when it comes to your goals and aspirations and your dreams, don't stop when a door closes on you. If it closes on you, then set another dream, another goal, another vision, another aspiration, and go after it. Get with other people and unify and try to make a difference, because that's what it takes. And we all know that you cannot make a difference there, and you with goals and aspirations and dreams, that it takes hard work, it takes sacrifice. We know with this upcoming holiday how Mr. Martin Luther King and others around him sacrificed. He had a vision, he had a goal, he had aspirations and dream, but it took a sacrifice. And by that, we have what we have today, the celebration. And so it's not always going to be easy. There's no promise of an easy road, but together we can dream, we can reach those dreams. And I have those same dreams and aspirations for the city of Minden. I know that all of our leaders in Minden, from pastors from our mayor, from business leaders, community activists, that we all dream of a day of solid unification, a day that there's not much crime whatsoever, and that people will love each other, put differences aside, agree to disagree, and we can have that, but it takes those two key words, together and dream. So I challenge you today to continue to dream. Let's come together in reaching those goals and aspirations for our city. Thank you for your time. God bless.
When I think of Together We Can Be the Dream, I think of many people from different ethnicities and cultures that have helped implement Dr. Martin Luther King's dream come true. I think of his support system, Coretta Scott King, Andrew Young, and Jesse Jackson. Through his entire peak of being the face of change, the strong leadership he surrounded himself with supported the dream he wanted for the nation. When I think of my own experiences, I think of how the military has emphasized the importance of teamwork and how team cohesion improves the unit's overall performance. Team members support each other and allow for a diversity of knowledge and skills that lead to success. Learning to rely on each other and taking advantage of every opportunity for your team to grow creates trust, loyalty, respect, and friendships. Together, we can be the dream. It's more than an expression or a cliche. Instead, it is a powerful act that when a group of individuals with the same focus, the same confidence, and the same dream, we unite to change the world.
You know, when Ms. Banks and Ms. Kennan told me that the theme for this year's Martin Luther King Jr. celebration, my mind immediately went back to when I was a high school student athlete and then a college student athlete. You know, the theme is together we can be the dream. And I think about some lifelong friends that I have made who just happen to have a different skin color than I have. But that certainly doesn't mean that we do not share the same thoughts. When we were teammates, we enjoyed winning together. We endured losing together. We experienced the same highs and lows, the peaks and valleys, and we had to work together to be successful. Because if we didn't have teamwork and work with each other, the sum result would not be good. And so I have so many lifelong experiences and memories that mean more to me than words can say through times of celebration and winning and heartache that comes with losing. But they were shared experiences that created that common bond that we share to this day. So then I think about my time here as superintendent of the school system, and so many of the same things apply here. We have our assistant superintendent just happens to have a different skin color than I have. Many of our supervisory staff here just happen to have a different skin color than I have. The same would be true for some of our school board members. And I could keep going on down the list through our principals and on down through our employees. But that certainly does not mean, again, that we don't have the same interest, that we don't have the same desires for the good of our school district, that we don't share the common thread of knowing we must work together to be as successful as we can. We know that we must have a collaborative mindset, an open mind mindset to achieve the best that we can for, and I can't say this enough, all of our students and all of the employees that we represent in our school system. So, you know, I have been blessed throughout my lifetime to come across some of the greatest people that you could ever come across. And some just happen to be the same color as me, and then many just happen to be a different color than I am. But that does not mean that on the inside that we don't share much, much more than we differ on. And just can't say enough how much that personally means to me. It is my privilege, it is my honor to be a part of this great celebration. And I'm so glad to be able to share this message with you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brendavian Morgan, owner of Woo's Daiquiri, and together we can be the dream. Together we can be the dream that Dr. King paved the way for. Bringing together several black businesses means working with the members of my community to reach a common goal. In our common goal, we are creating an equal opportunity environment for our people. Coming together allows me to know that I can reach out to my fellow brothers to accomplish tasks and goals that I wouldn't be able to achieve by myself. The dream I had with Woo's Daiquiri required me to reach out, and I couldn't have done it without the people in my community, whether it was a helping hand, mental encouragement, or just a pat on the back when I was feeling down. Together we can all reach our dream and become great, not just in our community, but in the city, the state, and the entire world. Thank you.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sacrificed his life to the cause of equality. I think that what we have to do, now that doors of opportunity are open to people of color, is we have to be prepared to walk through those doors. We have to be prepared educationally, we have to be prepared vocationally, we have to be prepared morally and spiritually. And one of the things that we do here at Project Reclaim is to try to equip our young people to be able to walk through those doors of opportunity so that they can have the best life that they can. For this man to give his life, to leave behind his family, to give the ultimate sacrifice for others is a supreme testament to his devotion and his duty to cause, to service. And I think that we would be remiss if we were not willing, if not to meet his example, but to follow his example. I think that now we've gotten to a point where we can go to any restaurant we want, and we can shop at dealers, and we can go to any car lot and buy any car that we want, that we think we have overcome. We have not. The struggle never stopped. We did. That's why there's so many issues in our community. That man left a template. He left what needs to be done. We're called upon to sacrifice. We're called upon to give. We're called upon to struggle, because the youth, they will be the beneficiaries of our sacrifice. So I'll close by saying this. The largest picture in my home is not of myself, not of my wife, not of my family, but it's a picture of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it's in my dining room. And I look at it every day when I'm leaving to go out to serve in the world, because I know that this man, he would want us to do better than we're doing now. And we have an obligation to pick up his mantle of service and duty and to strive not only for the youth, but for a community that's calling out for us.
Today we celebrate the life and legacy of a great and influential man who had a dream of unity for our country, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King dreamed of an America that no matter where you were born or your circumstances, that we all as humans could be unified. Although America has glimpsed this dream, we still have opportunities to fulfill this dream. My name is Shelby Leach. I am a teacher and softball coach at Minden High School. I've been involved in this community for about a year and a half now, and over this time I've grown to absolutely adore the people of Minden. My love stems from the opportunities that I get to work with the incredible people and students at Minden High School. Within my short time here, I can easily say that some of my most unforgettable moments of my career have been at Minden High School. Those who I work with daily are some of the most incredible people on the face of this planet, most of whom call Minden home. My students are my why. They are my absolute heart and the reason that I became an educator. As an educator and a softball coach, I have not only the availability, but also the responsibility to try to do my part in encouraging, developing, and assisting in the dream of Dr. King. In my classroom, I strive to encourage my students to learn to grasp for higher goals than what they may presently see for themselves. I encourage them to strive for greatness and to never stop learning. I try to foster in my students the idea that the more you learn, the more you can achieve. I encourage them to take advantage of their education, because that is the one thing that cannot be taken away from you. My dream is that they can fully realize their potential in the classroom and understand that their education can take them higher and further than they could even dream of going. On the softball field, I encourage my girls to do better, to be faster and stronger than our opponents. But more than that, I encourage them to become a team, to work as a team, and to realize that as a team, you can achieve greatness. As a teacher, I love when my students succeed. In the classroom, it's my job to facilitate a positive learning environment where that development can happen. When my students have a positive learning environment, they are able to come into a classroom and know that anything is possible. They open their minds up to learning, even if that learning is writing an essay. They don't like that very much. With that positive learning environment, my students develop skills that they can use in an English class, but more importantly, out in the world. As a coach, it's my job to mold my girls into a team and to point them in the right direction to develop a strong unit. we have seen when we are a strong unit, we are relentless in our pursuit of greatness. We celebrate the small victories every single day in practice. Those small victories lead up to the big victories in our gameplay. We celebrate the first time someone who has played softball for the first time makes a catch. We celebrate whenever we get the big strikeout in the big game. We celebrate the home runs that end the ball game for us. These celebrations bring together those joys of not an individual, but the joys of a unit, of a team. We become one team with one dream in those celebrations. As an educator, my job is to make sure that we have the right curriculum in place, that every student is able to succeed with that curriculum. I mean, in high school, we collectively help one another to help our students succeed. As a staff, we work to build resources and to find resources that will benefit our students. We share ideas and plans that have worked in our own classrooms with other teachers. We strive daily to do whatever it takes for each and every student to get the very best education that is available to them. As a coach, I do my best to have people around me that will make me better. My assistants and student managers on my staff make me better. I wouldn't be the coach I am today without the men and women that I surround myself with on the field. The 4 women currently on my staff encourage me daily to be more than just a coach. They do more than hit balls, call pitches, take score, and sort jerseys. They encourage me daily to do everything that our team needs and to be the coach that our team needs. They remind me that there's more to the game of softball than wins and losses. We are unified, and it bleeds into our girls. Our strength becomes their strength, our confidence becomes their confidence, and we become one family. In my time as a teacher and a coach in this city, I've seen a community come together in the good times and the bad times. I've seen a community support a group of girls by packing the stands and celebrating the victories that were at one time so hard to come by. I've witnessed people praying for our schools and for our students prior to football games. And I've seen a community unify for causes such as the cure for cancer. It's my belief that we're on the right path. We must continue to encourage and develop and assist the people in the community, no matter their background or their current circumstances, no matter the struggles, no matter the setbacks. I can see that we are striving to come together as a community in unity, just from my classroom, with precious minds to my little group of girls trying to win a softball game. Minden will make the dreams of Dr. King become a reality.
As I reflect on the Martin Luther King holiday weekend, I'm always excited to celebrate and to serve the icon who becomes the voice and face for countless people of all religions and creeds and ethnicities, who, as your theme said, together they came together to be the dream. In times when we seem to be so polarized, so divided, and so angry, King's dream of the beloved community is more important than ever. As we celebrate and serve this weekend, as we become part of his dream, one of his most famous quotes that I always love, still important to where we are this weekend: we must learn to live together as brothers and sisters, or we perish together as foes. Celebrate and serve as the dream lives on.
Loud freedom ring. We let it ring from every village, from every hamlet, from every state, from every city. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to